to emergency landing. For today emergency landing, we want to look into wetin dey happen between Russia and Ukraine. A lot of people, we still dey surprised, we still dey want try to know wetin dey happen between Russia and Ukraine. Wetin be really the cause? Wetin be the problem? And how long this war between Russia and Ukraine don dey now? And wetin really originates the war? A lot of us will dey answer this question, and a lot of us will not know why Russia and Ukraine they really dey fight. For today emergency landing, the main purpose why Russia and Ukraine they fight na be this. Oh yeah, take on!
Russia's invading Ukraine. This story is complicated, but we're going to make it simple. Ukraine is the biggest country in Europe and home to 44 million people. It's right next to Russia and used to be part of the Soviet Union. Like many former Soviet states, Ukraine has a lot of Russian speakers, and some regions of the country have people who would like to break away from Ukraine and join Russia. In 2014, Russia invaded one of those regions, the Crimea. According to Vladimir Putin, Crimea has been part of Russia for the last 8 years, but most other countries disagree and say that Russia has been illegally occupying the region. Russia has also been heavily involved in two other parts of Ukraine since then, called Donetsk and Luhansk. Together, these areas are known as the Donbass. Since 2014, Ukrainian forces have been battling Russian-backed fighters who want the Donbass to break away from Ukraine. Despite denying it in the past, Russia has recently stopped trying to hide its involvement in the region. Vladimir Putin said in December that Russian speakers in Donbass are facing genocide at the hands of the Ukrainian government, but there is no evidence of this. In recent months, Russia has moved 150,000 troops around Ukraine's borders, along with tanks and artillery. Russia said it was protecting itself, but Western countries warned it was preparing for invasion. And that's exactly what Russia did this week. In an angry TV address, Vladimir Putin said that the two Donbass regions were actually independent republics, that they weren't legitimate parts of Ukraine.
Украина для нас это не просто соседняя страна. Это неотъемлемая часть нашей собственной истории, культуры, духовного пространства.
Just hours later, Russian soldiers entered the regions on a so-called peacekeeping mission. Since then, Western countries, including the US and UK, have tried to warn Russia not to invade Ukraine further. They placed sanctions on some Russian banks and billionaires, hoping to persuade Vladimir Putin that his economy would suffer if he tried to take the rest of Ukraine. But it hasn't worked. In the early hours of Thursday, Russian troops went beyond Crimea and Donbass and started an assault on the rest of Ukraine. The decision has been condemned around the world. Boris Johnson described it as a catastrophe for our continent. Joe Biden has warned Putin that the world will hold Russia.
Now the reason why Russia and Ukraine they fight with that. And to make am dey very okay, we all know say no matter wetin dey happen, God when he create the heaven and earth so get people when he dey show, people when he dey tell, people wey dey see am. A lot of us wey be Christian will not believe in the power of prophecy. Even though if we believe, a lot of us will not get patient to wait for prophecy. Some of us want say prophecy wey they give us today make it really happen tomorrow, as they tell us to do, we won't see the thing tomorrow. God not dey work like that. When God prophesy or show you something, two things where God they look onto. God they expect you to make you wait patiently, and God they see God already prepared time when that prophecy will take come to pass. Now make say make you wait so that him himself will know when he will dish out this prophecy. Due to the Russia and Ukraine fight, our late popular man of God, person of late prophet T.B. Joshua of the Synagogue of All Nations, though speak about this war where Russia they fight with Ukraine. So the man of God talk about this thing since 2013. Now he talk about am. He say war go come up o, and the war so e go involve Russia, and a lot of leaders they go fight against the leader of Russia. In other words, a lot of people could dey against Russia. You see, so because of that one, make Christians pray for Russia, make the war for not happen. But wetin he talk for 9 years ago, no dey happen. For those of you who never watch the video, when the man of God say dey talk about the war, when it go involve Russia soon. Oh yeah, take on!
Pray for the nations, Russia, because I'm seeing war is coming against them. I don't know where the war come from. Their leader will face opposition. Pray for them.
You see, and the video be that. When prophecy come out, not tell God when that prophecy go to happen. The only thing, if the prophecy is a good one, no say the prophecy will come to pass. But wait. If the prophecy delay, it not mean say if they did deny. God get time and he know how they do things. So when I make, you will believe in God, you will be Christian. Understand how God they do things. If they tell you, I say the prophecy where TB Joshua talks since 2013 will come to pass in 2022 after the man who died, a lot of us not going to believe. But and the result, now we don't see so. And in the course of this emergency landing, our popular apostle, person of Apostle John C. Suleiman, don't come and tell us, say, a lot of us where they say we won't understand women before we go marry them, or we won't study the girl well before we go put her for house. Apostle Suleiman don't tell us, see, those of us where they do that, they waste on our time. He said God will create woman, so God create woman in a way that man not go feel understand them. He said nobody for this world go feel understand woman. John C. Suleiman, when he speak when they preach in one of his service, he go say, when God they create woman, God tell man, say, this person when I want create, so you not go feel understand them. He said, so the best way you go feel do, he say, sleep, make him create woman the way him like. He said, so you when want say you won't understand them, now waste of energy. He said, because woman now one kind of person when God creates, now if he get the right, they challenge God. Apostle Suleiman say, the area where woman take challenge God, he said, now only woman God create her give. Woman called add the own joiner. The only woman God create eyelashes give. Woman called add her own joiner. Now only woman God create fingernail give. Woman called add her own joiner. Now only woman God create breast give. Some of them look and say the God not create and well. They add their own joiner. Now only woman God create buttocks give. They look and say the buttocks not the okay. Now they add their own joiner. Now only woman God creates to be black color. Black color, they look and say the color, so they not like her, and they change their color. So he say you when they want try to study woman, may you know how woman be. He say now your time you dey waste. For those of you who never watch the video, when Apostle John C. Suleiman they explain how woman be. Oh yeah, take her.
There's no woman in this world you can understand. If God gave you a good woman, celebrate him. God, you cannot understand a woman. No man. Women are not created for men to understand. God does not want you to understand any woman. That is why when God was making woman, he told Adam to sleep. Adam, sleep. You can't understand a woman. If you want to have peace, sleep. Let God make her what he wants her to be. Woman, a species. Dr. Adeba, women, a species that argue with God. Women are the only gender that drag with God. God gave them hair, they added their own. God gave them fingernails, they added their own. God gave them lashes, they added their own. God gave them nails, they added their own. The people that drag with God is what man wants to understand. Can I say this to you? When you have a good woman, celebrate you, because every woman, listen, by nature, women are wired to have a plan B. So if you are the only plan they have, celebrate them. Women have plan B. If you see a woman wearing high heel, check her back, there is slippers there. If you see a woman, can I talk to you now? Women have plan B. If you see a woman, let me talk.
You see, this message where Apostle John C. Suleiman talks na the truth. A lot of people, a lot of men today, they remain single because they look for woman where they won't understand. You not go feel understand woman. Thank God say you see and say Apostle Suleiman, they say woman and one kind of person when he get plan B. He always they get plan B. Everything that they get plan B. He said, but when you jam the woman when he plan, now only plan A, means that plan A is enough for only you. Say, may you celebrate them. You wash them. So a lot of una way they say you won't understand woman, una they waste una energy. You can't understand woman. The only thing, just collect your own. Good or bad or bear am. Rain or sun or bear am. Anyhow way be, make you bear am. So for you to know say, wetin Suleiman talk so, na the correct thing. Na be also the major reason you go know say the thing when he talks so na true, because wetin the society they go through so exactly the whole thing. As according to wetin John C. Suleiman talk, he say make you sleep over the thing, not waste your energy. Sleep over am. When you see say that they do anyhow, I best sleep. If they misbehave, I best sleep. Anything where you know say woman they do where you not like, not put her for your head, you go quit die. Just sleep. The sleep means say forget am. Now their lifestyle be that. Person wey fish allege God, tell God, say this thing wey you create, you not create am well. How many men they wear eyelashes? How many men they fish fingernail? How many men they go do breast enlargement? How many men they go do the add yansh to their yansh? Now only women they do this kind of thing. So now make you as a man remove your eye and your senses from woman wahala. Marry the one you go feel marry. You can't satisfy or understand a woman. Now hear me go to end my emergency Lambi news. For those of you who never subscribe to my YouTube channel, what you they wait for? Promote my channel. Touch the subscription button. Even though they see they do YouTube or you get YouTube channel, it not stop you from subscribing to my channel. Me, I dey subscribe to people channel. I get people video when I dey watch. The fact say you get YouTube channel, not me say may you not subscribe to other people. Don't become an enemy to other people. You say, oh, because you're on day like this, oh, you're not good. No, iron sharpeneth iron. Na so life be. When you subscribe to people, people go subscribe to your own. So subscribe to my channel. For every news for Omega TV 123H. Not